This morning, as we begin to heal all across Las Vegas, testaments to the strength and resolve of our community.
We see it all over in the small moments like this, a family pausing to hug a police officer.
And right now, Chopper 13 fast and first over the scene of that shooting, and you can see it's just an eerie scene, frozen in time.
Yeah, you see all the things there left behind, some people who were at that concert. I believe this is the first time we're getting this kind of view. It is somber, it is sad, and it is difficult to see.
I had no idea. I mean, they dropped everything and ran. This morning, we are also hearing from one of the biggest heroes of the night, the hotel security guard, who may have saved hundreds of lives.
Yeah, but first we're going to begin with Dana, and you have some more information about what we've learned about the shooter's plans here.
Yeah, still people wanting to know motive, and so we're trying to piece together some things from the background. And this morning, TMZ reporting that Stephen Paddock booked 2 hotel rooms that overlook the Lollapalooza Music Festival in Chicago. TMZ says Paddock specifically requested both rooms have a view of Grant Park, where the concert was held in August. Now, according to the website, Paddock never showed up. Just to be clear, police have not confirmed TMZ's reporting, but they did tell us that Paddock rented a room at the Ogden in downtown Las Vegas, overlooking the Life is Beautiful festival, the weekend before the Mandalay Bay attack. Police are still working to figure out if he was planning on carrying out a mass shooting there and then changed his mind. This morning, we are also seeing some new video showing the chaos outside the Route 91 Harvest Festival following Sunday's mass shooting. The chilling video shows people, as you can see here, running, just trying to get somewhere safe. And we saw that picture from Chopper 13. You can see they just left everything there. Well, people in sheer panic here, and the man recording this is telling people to keep their heads down. He's saying run. Officers then direct people into a nearby sheltered area. Now, later in the video, we see him loading people into a truck that needed, for those folks that needed medical attention. He yells to people to gather the wounded and load as many as they can into the truck. These videos are just some of the latest acts of heroism that we've seen on that terrible night, but we do have the latest information as well in the investigation to get you caught up and make sure that you're up to date. The death toll still stands at 58, and the number of injured went down slightly, now at 489. But the shooter may also have been trying to cause more damage by apparently shooting jet fuel tanks at the airport. Also, police believe that he planned to escape the shooting alive. A new development yesterday.
Yeah, that to me is one of the most fascinating aspects of this. How could he think he could get out alive? It's just incredible, his mindset. A Mandalay Bay security guard was the first person to respond and try to stop the shooter.
Yeah, Jesus Campos. Remember that name, ladies and gentlemen, because his bravery likely saved countless lives. And Marissa Kinnison right now is up in Chopper 13 to walk us through exactly how he did it. Marissa.
Yeah, Todd, like you said, it's really just a story about bravery here. And take a look at Mandalay Bay from Chopper 13 fast and first. Essentially, what he was able to do was distract the shooter from all the people down on the festival.
Security guard Jesus Campos was only carrying a nightstick while he was on random patrol Sunday night in Mandalay Bay. At the same time, Stephen Paddock was in his hotel room firing onto the festival crowd.
He was personally attempting to locate what was occurring.
In a matter of minutes, Campos tracked down Paddock's hotel room. Campos had no gun and he was all alone, not even close to a fair fight when the inside of Paddock's hotel room looked like this. Paddock had cameras looking outside, and he noticed Campos coming. That's when he turned his gun away from the festival and towards Campos, firing 200 rounds into the hallway.
He was shot in the right thigh.
Campos immediately radioed into police that he found the location, and they were there within seconds. Officials say without the help from Campos, they may not have found Paddock as quickly as they did. Campos told ABC News, "I was just doing my job." Marissa Kinnison, 13, Action News.
Just incredible because indications are right now that after that initial confrontation, it's believed that the shooter stopped firing. So boy, oh boy, did he save a lot of lives. Well, believe it or not, and it's hard to even report this right now, our community is going through so much, but this morning also right now, apparently several schools are also being threatened.
Yeah, we need to let you know about this because if you've caught word, we want you to have the facts. Parker is live at Centennial High School with what the school district is saying. Parker?
Beth, in the middle of all this grief and in the middle of so much work for police, they have another investigation to work on, and it includes Centennial High School. Take a look at these texts. Several people have gotten them. They are full of grammatical errors, but they threaten to blow up the school. I'm quoting there, and to shoot the school and stuff like that. It's not just one school, it's several of them. I want to be clear, though. CCSD is already on Twitter saying these are not credible threats. They're looking into it, they're investigating with police, but they don't think it's credible. And in fact, similar threats have been made at other schools in 5 other states. I've been looking more into that. I'll have more on that later in the newscast, but classes are going on as usual here. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Parker. Following that breaking news now, just wanted to show you where we've got that fire, 900 West Bonanza. It's just to the west of the I-15. Here's the roadway. That's why it's causing some slowdowns. And we can see as we pushed in there and looked around at the Google Maps that it looks like a vacant apartment building, and that's what fire crews are saying that it is at this point. But some video just taken moments ago. You can see them working to get the flames out there. Lots of smoke. Apparently, they do have a good water flow going toward the fire, and they say that it's the same area where they have had several other fires. They say it's a 2-story vacant apartment building, and so that's the update there. But Yasmin, it has been affecting traffic because when people see all that smoke and they see the flames and the flashing lights, they start to slow down.
Yeah, we actually have a camera view from the 15 in Bonanza, so this is what people are seeing as they drive by. So it is definitely causing that slowdown. If you are going through the resort quarter, we are seeing a little bit of a slowdown. 10 minutes heading south right now. And we are seeing road closures because of this fire right now. Again, Bonanza just west of the 15, so right now Bonanza is shut down in both directions from MLK over to H Street or the 15. And take a look, MLK is also seeing a slowdown, so avoid this area. I've been checking. Washington is a much better option for you. And another problem spot on the 15 right now up in North Las Vegas, southbound 15 just north of Lamb, right near the Amazon Fulfillment Center. We have a crash up there causing a little bit of congestion right now.
Weather's going to be fairly quiet as we get through this Thursday. It is a bit chilly this morning. We've got temperatures in the mid-50s at Nellis and Centennial Hills, 62 down by the Henderson Airport, officially at 60 at McCarran. Our numbers are going to remain in the 60s, maybe even dip to the upper 50s as we get you through the morning commute. But then later this afternoon, expect some warmer temperatures. We're going for a high of 85 today in Las Vegas. We are watching a newly named tropical storm. We've got Nate in the Caribbean. I'll show you where in the United States Nate could head coming up in just a moment.
All right, Justin, thank you. Well, time now is 6:07. Still ahead, an off-duty Clark County firefighter was one of the many heroes who stayed in the gunfire Sunday night to save lives.
Meantime, his wife was hiding for her life. They are sharing their survival story with us this morning.
We are following that breaking news. Chopper 13 fast and first over this 2-story vacant apartment building fire, but it's causing some issues there for traffic. Marissa Kinniston is in the chopper with a look around. Marissa, what's going on?
Yeah, Dana, we've actually been seeing flames here from the fire, but all of this smoke is just causing so much low visibility that it's hard to see what these firefighters are going through right now. But take a look at this smoke. Very thick, very heavy. Again, low visibility in this area here over this vacant apartment building. And you can see just how close it is to the 15. So if you are local, that's what you're going to see as you're making your way through the Spaghetti Bowl. Very low visibility, lots of smoke. And again, sometimes you would be able to see the flames through all that smoke. So careful through the Spaghetti Bowl right now as firefighters work to get this flame out. Guys?
All right, Marissa, thank you for keeping us up to date on that one.
Still to come, I sit down with a Clark County firefighter who attended the Route 91 festival with his wife.
We're 2-3 steps away from their cover, and we had 3 shots ring out 5 feet in front of my feet.
As he carried victims to safety, his wife had her own survival story. Their inspiring story coming up.
We are following some breaking news. Chopper 13 fast and first over this vacant apartment building fire right next to the highway. You can see the traffic a little slow, all the flashing lights and all that smoke in the air. It's creating some poor visibility. People see the smokes, they see the flashing lights, the flames, and on the highway we're starting to see people slow down because of that. But as Chopper 13 pushes in, you can see they're working to get this one out, but it's a 2-alarm fire. It's a vacant building, and they say they've actually had some other vacant building fires recently in that area. But again, it is vacant, so that's the good news. Hopefully nobody inside or around there. You can see the flames right in the center of your screen there. So they are working to douse this one with water. They say they have a good flow going, but it could take a while. Oh gosh, yeah, God, see, it's interesting, Yasmin, because we saw the flames earlier, but we keep seeing other parts pop up. So obviously it's from the inside there.
Yeah, and it looks like, honestly, it looks even worse just than when we showed you just a few minutes ago. Here's another view from what people are seeing traveling down the 15 and Bonanza. So definitely distracting people, at least wondering what on earth is going on. And then Marissa mentioned that low visibility. Here's what it looks like even farther down the 15 right near Charleston. So you are definitely going to see a slowdown if you are taking the 15, 10 minutes heading south right now through the resort corridor. And as far as your surface streets go, Bonanza still shut down in both directions between MLK and the 15. So I was telling you, I am still seeing that slowdown on MLK. If you just need to take surface streets, Washington's going to be a good option. But if you need to hop on the 15 itself, I would hop on at Sahara. That way you avoid all of that backup and slow down because of the low visibility.
Yasmin, thank you. Well, first now on 13 Action News, a Clark County firefighter is one of the very first responders being recognized as a hero Sunday night. He was at the concert with his wife.
I sat down with the Haldemans at my home for a candid talk about what they went through. Travis told his wife to run and then stayed in the line of fire to save others.
I was really trying to reassure my wife right before I left that this is going to be over soon. Metro's really good at their jobs. They're going to get this guy. You know, it won't last that long. There was a brief break in the gunfire, and that's when I told her, hey, just run that way to the Tropicana and don't stop.
Clark County firefighter Travis Haldeman says his training kicked in, and he raced to help a man who'd been shot in the leg.
Picked him up on my back and told him, I'll get you out of here. We're 2-3 steps away from their cover, and we had 3 shots ring out 5 feet in front of my feet.
What Travis didn't know is that his wife Haley couldn't get out either. She hid under a platform in the middle of the arena.
We all started praying, you know, and saying the Lord's Prayer just over and over and over again.
Travis carried 2 victims on his back into the medical tent.
That's where I met a young girl who'd been shot in the back. She got shot in the lower back, really close to her spine. And she was worried and really panicked.
While Travis cared for the girl, his wife had one sobering thought.
One of us has to make it home to our kids.
Eventually, Haley was able to run to safety. She knew she would see her 2- and 3-year-old again, but she didn't know if she'd ever see her husband again. Travis was unable to call, heading to the hospital in the back of a truck with that young girl.
She stood up for the first time today. So that was pretty incredible.
That was really special.
Despite what they've been through, the couple says counseling has helped.
There was one bad man that night and hundreds of
thousands
good people that night and thousands since then.
Yeah, Travis told me that his training with the Clark County Fire Department is a big reason he stayed calm. And he told me, I'm looking forward to being back to work and around what he called kitchen table therapy with the men and women on the department. They'll sit at the kitchen table, they'll decompress, and he's looking forward to that.
I think his bravery is so obvious, and her bravery is so obvious in so many ways, but among them really is the fact that they talked about counseling and getting help.
Wasn't that brave?
So many people I know are probably struggling with this right now, and so that is a great example, I think, for all of us.
I think so too. Yeah, I appreciated their honesty. Dana?
All right, this fire is getting pretty big, you guys. It's a 2-alarm fire, but we're seeing more and more flames spark up as we look at the live picture. Actually seeing pieces, too, of the roof fall to the ground and then cause a little bit of a fire on the ground. This is a 2nd-story apartment building. It's on Bonanza right next to I-15, and we're talking just to the west of I-15. And you can see there the thick black smoke and the flames kind of kicking up. Earlier, we saw some firefighters kind of standing on the roof with some flashlights, so hopefully they got off just fine. And they've been pouring water on this one for a while now, probably the last 30 minutes. But as you can see, as we watch live, it's definitely starting to kick up a little bit more. So we will keep our eye on this one. Chopper 13 is fast and first over it. Back to you guys.
We're going to talk about your forecast. I did just go up on the roof looking at some astronomy stuff and saw a lot of that smoke. So from all around the valley, you'll be able to see the smoke from that fire by the 15. It is a cool morning, mid-50s, upper 50s outside, officially 60 degrees at McCarran. Kids at the bus stop, sweatshirt, light jacket. Not a bad idea because we'll keep it in the low 60s through about 8 o'clock this morning. Coming home this afternoon, warmer than it has been. Temperatures at least pushing into the low 80s. And something we're looking forward to today. A lot of sunshine, but also calm winds. Winds under 10 miles per hour all day long. The high 85 degrees in Las Vegas. We will ride a warming trend through your weekend. Tomorrow it's 87. Going to have some breezes from the north at 20 miles per hour tomorrow. Saturday looks like a calm day. Really nice Saturday. Warmer too. Near 90 then. Close to 90 Sunday with some afternoon breezes. And it looks like a big drop in the temperatures early next week. As a matter of fact, on Monday, only forecasting 80.
Justin, thank you. Time now is 6:21. We've told you before how local headliners are stepping up to help the victims of the shooting, and Celine Dion is one of them. We are now hearing the singer's emotional message. She returned to the stage for the very first time since Sunday.
Then later, how heroes at One Valley Hospital answered the call as the victims poured in Sunday night.
Well, more artists right now, they're paying tribute to the victims.
It's difficult to know what to do, but Strip headliner Celine Dion went on with her show Tuesday night, but spoke to her fans ahead of the performance.
On Sunday, we lost too many beautiful, innocent souls, and so many are still suffering. But tonight, we are going to let these families know that we are supporting them and that we will help them through their tragic loss.
And she also told the crowd that proceeds from that night would go to the victims of the shooting and their families.
This comes just after several other artists canceled their shows on the Las Vegas Strip, like J-Lo. Everyone has to do what they think is right.
Yeah, exactly. And there's no right answer either way. All right. Good morning, Las Vegas. Right now, working on all new stories for our next half hour, including how Metro officers will honor one of their own today. And also, we hear from a pastor who was by Charles Hartfield's side his last minutes.
Chopper 13 fast and first over this big fire on Bonanza just to the west of I-15. It's causing all sorts of problems, including traffic issues. We'll have that coming up. We also have Parker Collins live with breaking news.
Dana, several local schools have been threatened. I just spoke with the principal out here at Centennial High School. He updated me on the situation.
He took a bullet for me. Like, he actually took a bullet for me, and I can't thank him enough.
Right now at 6:30, powerful news stories of heroics coming in after tragedy unfolded in our backyards.
And while we certainly saw the worst of it Sunday night, right now we are also seeing the best in our community because we are Las Vegas strong.
Right now, Chopper 13 fast and first over the scene of that shooting, and you can see it just looks like it is frozen in time. If you look on the right side there, those dark patches, that's people's belongings they left behind as they ran for their lives.
Well, good morning, Las Vegas, and thank you for letting us into your homes during these very, very difficult times.
It is an honor, for sure. Last night, people came together to pay tribute to the 58 victims of the Strip massacre. Our community just really continuing to show so much love and support during this time.
Yeah, we saw it last night, right? More than 3,000 people gathered in the courtyard of the Crossing Christian Church. That's right near Windmill in Buffalo. Well, they came together to pray and also to try and find some kind of perspective with one another while also seeking to regain a sense of security.
You know, we're going to push back the darkness. that this evil that's coming to our city feels like darkness, and we're going to push that back, and we're going to be the dispensers of good, and we're going to take care of people and love people.
The pastor told us some people may never truly heal emotionally from the trauma of Sunday's shooting.
All right, and also this morning, we are getting this new picture here of yet another local victim. This right here is Laura Shipp. She is a Las Vegas mom of a young Marine who grew up in Thousand Oaks, California, who also died in the shooting.
Well, earlier we told you about those text messages threatening a school shooting, and we want to be on top of this because it's important for everyone to know at home. And Parker Collins just got some brand new information. He is live at Centennial High School with that. Parker, what's the latest?
Dana, I just spoke with a principal out here at Centennial High School. He came over to us telling us he believes an arrest was made in this case. As you can see, the cars are going, so classes are as normal, but even he said lately the students have been quieter, sadder. He has noticed a change at his school. But let me show you how these threats started. A lot of people got these text messages. You can see there's a lot of grammatical errors. There's a lot of weird things about this, but it threatened to blow up the school. I'm quoting there, and threatened a school shooting, not just here, but several schools, and not just in our state. 5 other states are also part of this. CCSD does not think this is credible. They went on Twitter saying they're investigating, but again, they don't think it's credible. Listen to what the principal had to say about what school has been like lately.
It's tough for all of us, but it's our mission to come here and assist the kids on a daily basis and help them get through this situation.
Again, the principal's had a lot of parents coming up to him concerned. This, of course, has been a very tough time, but he wants to make sure everyone knows these do not look credible and school is going to happen like normal. Back to you.
All right, good information. Thanks so much, Parker, for keeping us up to date. Let's get back to that fire here. Chopper 13 was fast and first over. This is on Bonanza, just to the west of I-15, and you can see it's causing some major traffic delays, a lot of thick black smoke in the air. Justin said he went up to the roof of our building, and you can see the smoke causing some poor visibility pretty much right around the Spaghetti Bowl and right in the center of the valley. Lots of flames. We saw it kick up a little bit more over the last 10 minutes or so, but firefighters calling this a 2-alarm fire. It's a vacant 2-story apartment building, so hopefully no one was inside and nobody was hurt. We aren't sure about that just yet, but we will definitely stay on it for you. Yasmin, how's the traffic around there?
It's still slowing things down because you can see all the black smoke right around the area and right in the middle of the busiest place in the valley. So if you are going through the Spaghetti Bowl, you are going to see a slowdown if you're heading in the, honestly, northbound or southbound direction. As far as surface streets go, Bonanza still shut down between MLK and H Street, so Washington's your best option. And I do also have a new crash to warn you about, westbound 215 right near the airport connector. And one more time, Bonanza shut down between MLK and H Street. Also seeing that slow down in both directions on MLK right now.
We've got calm winds outside. Another chilly morning. Temperatures have tumbled down into the mid-50s on the south side of the valley. It's 55 in Anthem, 61 Green Valley. Officially, it's 60 at McCarran. We're also in the 50s up towards Centennial Hills. A lot of sunshine today. A cool start. Upper 50s through the rest of this hour. Upper 60s by 9 in the morning. Upper 70s by lunchtime. And later this afternoon, almost 5 degrees warmer than it was yesterday with the high right around 85 degrees. I am tracking more wind before the weekend gets here. I'll time that out and then tell you about a big warm-up, Dana, in just a second.
All right, thanks so much, Justin. Yeah, we are getting our first look from Chopper 13 this morning at the Las Vegas Festival grounds right across from Mandalay Bay. Marissa Kinnison is in the chopper to kind of show us around and show us what it looks like today. I know it's hard to look at. It takes your breath away.
Yeah, Dana, I have chills. It really is difficult to look at, and this is the first time Chopper 13 has been this close to the scene, at least for the morning show. So we want to show you guys what we're looking at here. Take a look. I think Beth said it earlier. It's almost like this entire place stopped in time, and that's exactly what it looks like right here. Just awful to look at. All these chairs still here, and a lot of them tipped over. It's just really difficult to look at. And if we show you guys the rest of these festival grounds, it's just a mess. There's the stage there, Route 91 Harvest Festival stage, and still there. It's empty. Everything here is obviously still a crime scene. Police are going to have to go through every single piece here looking for evidence. But again, guys, just really, really chilling to look at here. like Beth said, it's like it stopped in time, and nothing has moved, nothing has changed out here, guys.
Yeah, absolutely, Marissa. It's certainly hard to look at there. Just yet another illustration of the insanity and the chaos that unfolded on so many people there Sunday night. All right, thank you. Well, President Trump and the First Lady took time to visit shooting victims yesterday. The president tweeted out this video here showing him meeting with the victims and hospital staff. And despite the circumstances, many said it was humbling to share their stories with the commander-in-chief. But Trump also visited Metro headquarters, where he addressed the nation.
We will all have to wrestle with the horror of what has unfolded this week, but we will struggle through it together. We will endure the pain together, and we will overcome together as Americans.
Well, the president said that words can't describe the bravery of first responders that has been witnessed by the world. And following days of sadness, Wednesday marked yet another somber day for Metro as officers mourn the loss of one of their own. Well, Officer Charles Hartfield's body was escorted to Palm Mortuary yesterday, and tonight a memorial will also be held for him. It'll be at the Police Memorial Park right near Gowan and Cheyenne. The 34-year-old was off duty when he was killed. His friends and family call him a selfless and respected leader. Hartfield was not just an officer, but also a military veteran as well. He leaves behind 2 children. Tonight's memorial gets underway at 6 o'clock.
Well, new this morning, you can probably imagine the toll this takes on a police department when they lose one of their own.
Right. A local pastor was with Charleston Hartfield's family and colleagues in the moments after he passed away, and he talked with 13 Action News reporter Gina Lazara.
I think the last 48 hours are the worst 48 hours I've ever spent of my entire life.
Pastor Matt of Liberty Baptist Church heard the news of the deadly shooting Sunday night, and he was at UMC by patients' sides within minutes.
Being present for me has been the most effective way of helping people deal with the difficult things that we're all facing over the last 48, 72 hours.
One of the families he brought comfort to was the family of late Metro officer and football coach Charleston Hartfield.
I did have the privilege of meeting his family, and they're just incredible people. His wife and his kids are amazing.
Pastor Matt never got to meet Officer Hartfield when he was alive, but he learned about him through his family.
From what I understand, he loved music, he loved to eat, he loved his wife, and just an amazing person who loved and enjoyed life to the fullest.
Deborah heads up the Police Wives group here in Las Vegas. When she heard the unfathomable news about one of their men in blue, she got right to work.
There was a lot of phone calls and a lot of crying. We right away kind of kicked into gear and started planning for what we were going to be doing for our officers the next day.
Together, working to keep our police department strong and help them press on. Gina Lazara, 13 Action News.
Well, and as so many people fought for their lives Sunday night, of course, they all ended up in local hospitals, and a lot of the emergency rooms there were just flooded with hundreds of patients like that, all of them needing critical care.
Yeah, imagine deciding, okay, which one do we need to help more than the next one? But that's what our nurses and doctors did.
What was the moment that you really knew this was bad? This was really, really bad?
I think when I turned the corner into the trauma bays and I saw what usually is a one-person bedroom turned into 4 beds.
The ambulances were pouring in, pickup trucks with patients, 6 to 8 patients in the back of the pickup truck, homemade stretchers.
Well, patients packed inside the hospital there with gunshots to their arms, legs, and head. In Sunrise Hospital, they took in almost 200 patients in less than 3 hours. That is unbelievable. And Jessica Weisberger, an 8-year veteran of the ER, recalls going just numb looking at the amount of blood there lining the hospital hallways from the front entrance to the trauma rooms. But while not everyone survived, there was certainly no question that these doctors and the nurses, they gave their all.
No matter how much hurt you have inside, it's mixed with that feeling of pride.
Sunrise Hospital does put staff through different surge drills, but they say no drill could have prepared them for the amount of people who needed help Sunday night. Dana's got breaking news.
Yeah, we continue to follow that fire on Bonanza just to the west of the I-15. Chopper 13 fast and first over it now, and we're getting a look at what it looks like here as the sun is up. Just got an update from firefighters as well, so we'll have that right after the break.
All right, Dana, thank you. Time now is 6:40. We have heard over and over again about the heroic actions by so many that saved hundreds of lives.
This morning, we are taking you through a California man's incredible survival story written in his own words.
We are staying on top of that breaking news right now. Chopper 13 fast and first. You're looking at live pictures here, and we have learned that the fire department has asked the firefighters to stand back right now because they do feel that the roof is going to collapse. This is a vacant two-story apartment building on Bonanza just west of the I-15, and Marissa Kinnison is in the chopper to kind of take a look around and show us how it's going. Are we seeing any progress, Marissa?
Yeah, Dana, so you mentioned a little bit ago that you had heard these firefighters really taking a step back right now because it is so dangerous for them. We actually saw them on the roof a few minutes ago, and it very well could be for them to open this up to get those flames out and really just let it burn. You can see how the amount of flames here, and that's a lot more than what we were seeing a few minutes ago. Now, the problem is all this smoke here. It's very heavy, and it's very close to the freeway, so low visibility for a lot of drivers here right now who are on their morning commute heading into the Spaghetti Bowl. Guys.
Yeah, and Marissa, we've been watching this fire for just about an hour now. Here's another look at the view from the 15 and Bonanza, and all of that smoke causing that low visibility through the resort corridor. 11 minutes if you're heading south, going just about 45 miles an hour. And again, Bonanza still shut down in both directions from MLK over to H Street. And now I am seeing a slowdown on Washington. I was telling you to take Washington earlier, so we're seeing a slowdown on Washington and MLK. So surface street-wise, that's what you need to know. As far as the 15 goes, if you do need to hop on the 15 in this area, I would do it at Sahara, and that way you can avoid all of that congestion and all the backup. We do also have that crash westbound 215 right near the airport connector, not slowing things down too much. But take a look, we're seeing a slowdown also on the 95 from the east side and the west side of town. So maybe you want to head out the door this morning. And finally, just as a reminder, officers are still stationed up and down Las Vegas Boulevard. Live lookout at Mandalay Bay. They're here for your protection. I just don't want anyone to be caught off guard. So I just want to remind you that that is out there this morning.
All right, thanks so much, Yasmin. We want to get you caught up on some things going on around the world, and this is a big story. U.S. military investigators are looking into a deadly ambush that killed 3 Army soldiers and seriously injured 2 more. Now, it happened in Niger, a country in West Africa. This video shows the area, not the attack, so keep that in mind. Leaders say that the commandos were training local troops when it happened. The area is known for having al-Qaeda and ISIS fighters.
All right, Dana, thank you. The shooting Sunday night caused a frantic scramble for safety that led to concert goers taking some extreme actions.
And this morning, we are hearing the terrifying ordeal some people had to go through just to survive. And 13 Action News investigative reporter Joe Bartels has one story of escape told in their own written words.
This is a letter of survival addressed to no one and everyone at the same time. In it, 34-year-old Ryan Bowling relives his ordeal in what he thought would be his final moments. The letter begins, "I haven't spoke a lot about this to anyone. I am still in shock and we all grieve in our own ways. My group and I had some of the best 3 days we have had in Vegas in a long time. We were standing to the center and slightly to the right-hand side of the stage. We heard what sounded like 3 pops going off, then another round, 5 pops. I assumed there were multiple gunmen inside just spraying the crowd with bullets. We ran to the fence as waves of people rushed toward us. People running, screaming, bleeding, pleading for help. More gunshots, boom, boom, boom. An older woman was pinned and trampled. The fence came down. Out in the streets, it was complete chaos. Wounded, people being loaded into cars and trucks. I called my mom and I said, a shooter has opened fire in the concert. I am running out into the street. I just wanted to let you know in case I don't make it. The group made it to the McCarran perimeter fence, lined with barbed wire. They reached a dead end. The group was trapped. He said he wasn't going to die as a sitting duck, not knowing exactly where the shooter was. He went back toward the venue and eventually started walking south on the most famous street in the world, past the iconic Welcome to Las Vegas sign, and making his way to the only building he could see, Maverick helicopters. They opened the doors and let 150 run inside, and they locked the doors behind them. He was safe, using the bathroom to check to see if he had been hit by bullets. Then thoughts of the shooter filled his mind, and the panic set in. 5 hours after the shooting began, he made it back to his friends and his hotel. They were safe. They had survived. The letter ends, "I pray for those who did not make it out alive." I ask myself, why them? Did the bullets just miss us all by chance? Just questions that haunt my mind after all of this. Signed, Ryan Bowling. Joe Bartel's 13 Action News.
Now, 13 First Alert weather.
Got just about 10 minutes left before 7 a.m. We'll run through your forecast. Should be a nice day across the Las Vegas Valley. Temperatures are cool this morning, mid-50s, Centennial Hills, same in Whitney Ranch, Sunrise Manor. It's 57 in the Southern Highlands. Look for numbers to move from the 50s and 60s during the commute into the mid-70s by late morning. And it will be warmer this afternoon. Not hot, but typical warmth for early October. We're looking at highs in the mid-80s, 85 in Las Vegas, 84 North Las Vegas, 84 Boulder City, and all across the valley, the winds will be calm. We're looking at winds today, 5 to 10 miles per hour. That's it. Now let's look ahead to tonight. Into late tonight, early Friday morning, another weak cold front slides in, and that switches the breezes back to the north. When you wake up this time tomorrow morning, we'll have some 15 to perhaps 20-mile-per-hour breezes to deal with. 87 tomorrow, so even warmer. The warmest day happens Saturday. Saturday looks great, light winds, 90 degrees. On Sunday, still warm, close to 90, but breezes pick up Sunday afternoon. Dana, it looks like a pretty sizable temperature drop is headed our way after the weekend. Highs only around 80 degrees next Monday.
All right, thanks, Justin. We're following a lot of breaking news for you, including this big fire on Bonanza just to the west of I-15, causing some visibility issues, also some traffic problems. Plus, Parker is live with more news.
Dana, as our community grieves, several local schools have been threatened, but police have made progress in this case.
We have a lot of breaking news to go over. Let's start with that fire on Bonanza just to the west of the I-15. Firefighters have been asked to stand back because they believe the roof is going to collapse. Lots of flames, lots of black smoke, and it is causing some visibility issues. I'm going to take our stratosphere camera here and just kind of show it in the distance, but you can see this is a live picture. Still very heavy smoke, and Yasmin, slow traffic too on the 15.
Yeah, because of all of that smoke, it is causing low visibility, and plus people just want to know exactly what's going on. But here's what it looks like again. The 15 and Bonanza, and I've been taking a look around the area. Here you can see all that red leading into the Spaghetti Bowl right now. It is causing a slowdown, and Bonanza still remains shut down between MLK and H Street. And just a few minutes ago, I was telling you, I was seeing that slowdown on Washington. Here's the problem. Owens is also seeing a slowdown, so I would take streets farther south. Maybe you want to take Alta instead. Avoid the area altogether. If you're hopping on the 15, though, Sahara is going to be your best option. Finally, last crash to warn you about, westbound 215 right near the airport connector. Dana.
All right, thanks so much, Yasmin. Now to some relief for parents who have heard about a school shooting threat today. We have learned an arrest has been made. Parker is live at Centennial High School. Parker.
Dana, you can see behind me, school is buzzing. Its class is normal, but this had a lot of people worried. I've had parents coming up to me so relieved that an arrest has been made. You can see some of the threats that were made, mostly over text messages full of grammatical errors, threatening to shoot up the school, not just this one, but schools in 5 other states. CCSD does not think these threats were credible, and again, an arrest has been made and classes are going on. Reporting live, Parker Collins, 13 Action News.
All right, Parker, thanks so much for that update. Let's get up to the sky with Marissa Kinniston. You are over the Las Vegas Festival grounds across from Mandalay Bay, giving us our first look, really, since the shooting Sunday.
Yeah, Dana, and I got to tell you, it's absolutely chilling. I know we mentioned earlier, I think Beth was the one that said it's almost like it's frozen in time up here. So take a look at what we're seeing from Chopper 13. This is actually the closest we've been able to get to the festival ground since this whole thing happened on Sunday night, and it's really just awful to look at because it makes you think about these people just dropping everything and running for safety. You can see chairs tipped over, purses still out here. Lots of shoes. It's really just chilling to look at this, what the festival grounds look like now, a couple days after this whole thing happened. Guys.
Hard to look at, and it makes you think about a lot of things, but among them, you know, what is going to be the future of those fairgrounds and that festival? And you got to imagine there will be a memorial there at some point in the distant future. But boy, oh boy, hard to see that.
Yasmin and I were both just saying we don't know what we expected, but we didn't expect that.
Right.
You think of it being cleaned up right away, but it's like they have to leave everything as is for the investigation.
Sure.
And so you don't want to move anything that could have give away any clues. So
it is still a crime scene.
Yes.
I think it's just a shocking reminder of how everyone dropped everything and ran, and how just in an instant things changed. So, well, we want to thank you for spending your morning and your week with all of us, Las Vegas. We are so honored. Good Morning America is up next, and so we hope you'll stick around for that. You know, you can always catch us online and download our mobile app if you want the very latest.